DRS X5 is a world premiere because it includes 4 technologies in one single machine. The first one is our radar. The radar allows you to detect irregularities in the soil, such as void, cavities, tunnels, but also metal. You have a long life battery that allows you to scan for 6 to 8 hours, shaft, and tablet PC. The multilingual tablet PC includes DRS custom-made 3D software that allows you to control your device as well as you make an interpretation of the data you receive on the 3D software. Everything can be easily controlled with the Bluetooth joystick. It's here. Then we had another technology called the resistivity measurements. You have 4 probes that you put in the soil and it allows you to find cavities, metal discrimination and even water, but it's a very different technology. The result you get, you also have them on the same software. So here are the first 2 technologies. You plug them here. It's actually a miniaturized version of our ARS, Advanced Resistivity Scanner. The third technology is our Ground Expert. Ground Expert is a professional metal detector that can give you the shape and the nature of the metallic target before you even start digging. Basically, the radar will tell you that you have something metallic under the ground, but you would like to know more what kind of target, what kind of metal and the depth you have. That is why you are going to use Ground Expert and it will tell you whether it's iron or gold or valuable or low valuable. So we have 3 out of the 4 technologies. The last technology is the X1 Pro. We include in X5 an X1 Pro. X1 Pro comes with 2 probes. The first one allows you to do vertical scan. It's another technology that's completely different. And the last one, the second probe, is a shorter probe that allows you to do magnetic long-range scan. It allows you basically to find a source of magnetic interference at 1,000 meters around you. Therefore, if you have a source of electromagnetic interference, you should start your search in this direction. X5 comes with 3 probes. The first probe is a magnetometer. It's 60 centimeters and has 8 sensors. The second probe is our best magnetometer probe since it measures 100 centimeters and it has 16 sensors. And then the third probe is a gradiometer, which is more efficient on larger objects and cavities, and it measures 100 centimeters. In addition to that, of course, you have the 2 probes of the vertical unit, which is called X1 Pro. All of this is embedded in the X5. And of course, you also have the 1 meter by 1 meter coil of the Ground Expert and the 45 and 25 centimeter search coil of the Ground Expert as well. Now we will show you how each technology works on the field. Get ready with X1, DRS, best machine and a world premiere because you don't have 1 but 4 technologies in one single machine. Once again, no other manufacturers offers this in the world. It's a world premiere. We're going to introduce you the 2 different kinds of antennas that comes with all DRS ProRadar device. The first kind of antenna is what we call the magnetometer. The magnetometer is an antenna that consists of several sensors. You can have the small antenna that's like 25 centimeters and has 2 sensors. You can go up to like 100 centimeters and you have 16 sensors. The more sensor you have, the bigger the antenna is, the deeper you go and the more surface you will cover. You also get more accuracy and better resolution with more sensors. With magnetometer, you always have to keep the same direction, meaning you have to keep the north in the back. And also with a magnetometer, sometimes you can have a little problem identifying large cavities. It can mix up cavities with the ground. That is why DRS has worked on a whole new kind of antenna called the gradiometer. The gradiometer only has 2 sensors, a plus and a minus. Also, you can have it in 3 different sizes, 30 centimeter, 60 centimeter, or 100 centimeter. But whatever the size is, you will always have 2 sensors. The gradiometer is much better because you can go any direction you want. You can go north, south, east, west. You don't need to keep the north in the back. And also, it's better to identify cavity. It doesn't mix ground and cavity. So you have better result on larger objects and better results also on cavities. Like magnetometer and gradiometer, they complete each other. That's why X2, X3, X4 and X5, they all come with one antenna of each kind. DRS is the first manufacturer in the world to offer this to its customers. DRS has developed its own 3D software that you use with all its devices. We will show you how it works. You use this software to scan and give an interpretation to the results. So you have to start first the software. The software is very easy to use. First thing, you have to choose the language. Here, click on File, Language. English is good, but you also have 8 other languages. Connection settings. Okay. You have to select the number of columns you want to scan and also the number of rows. And you see, it makes a grid. Each square measures 30 by 30 centimeters and it's a step. We always start on the lower right hand corner. And then, very important, you have to choose how you're going to scan. You choose to scan either parallel, you go like this, then you go back, then again. Or you can choose zigzag. You see, you start here, you go like this, you step back, you scan, then like this, like this. Then you have to choose which kind of scan you're going to do. 3D ground scan is what you use for all our radar series. Okay? Horizontal live scan and vertical live scan are used only with X1 and X5 and X1 Pro. And resistivity is for RS or the resistive feature of X5. But here we're going to use ground scan. And then you just press connect. We would like to remind you that on each DRS device you can choose manual or automatic scan. For automatic scan, the machine will beep. So every beep you will make a step. So it does like beep, you make a step, beep, you make a step. It gives you a rhythm. It's a very nice feature. Or you can use like manual feature. With the manual feature, every time you make a step, you just press the joystick. Okay? Now, let's see the file. We've just recorded an iron object. Here it is. Let's start with 2 dimension. You see, here you can see a red square, always on the lower right hand corner. So basically, we've been scanning 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 steps by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 by 6 columns. So 15 steps of 3 meters, that's barely 5 meters, by 2 meters. So look, you can navigate like this with the keyboard, or you can also use, this thing. There is an embedded keyboard here. Okay? But we will use this. Every time you move the cursor, you can see on the lower left corner that the value changed, 122. Now here, where the object is, we have 235, meaning that we definitely have a metallic object. How can you make sure it's a metallic object? When you open a file, you can see on the right corner a scale of color. If the metallic object is red, yellow and orange, if the total of the first 2 values, see 2.3 and 5.6, where it's barely yellow-orange, if the total is below 10, then you can imagine this target is metal. Let's see, 2.3 plus 5.6, that's 7.9. So definitely red here marks a metal object. But the blue, definitely we say it's cavity, but not always. It can also be a field that has been like turned. So here we have 84.8 for the dark blue. If it is a cavity, it has to be 100%. If it's below 100%, it's not cavity, it's just ground, okay? So here, 84.8, it's not cavity, okay? Here we have a metallic object, definitely, but it's not in a cavity, it's just in regular ground. How can we determine the size of the object now? Okay, we have 3 squares for the length times 30 centimeters, that's 90 centimeters, let's say 1 meter. Let's imagine the width now. The width is just 1 square, see, 1, 2, 3. So that's 30 centimeters. 1 meter by 30 centimeters. The buried object on our field test is basically an old rusty pipe, okay? Now let's try to imagine what kind of depth we have here. Okay, so let's go 3D. Okay, you can see the depth is here. The first thing you have to do when you open your file is tell the software which kind of soil you've been scanning. Here we use like sandy, okay? Remember that the percentage of humidity, the type of ground, if it has rocks or no, will really influence the result you obtain and you get on the software. So sandy is pretty neutral. So let's use these 2 arrows on the left of the software to determine the depth. So the object starts around this, which is here, 2 meters, you see 199, and goes to, oops, sorry, to 270. So our metallic pipe is below 2 meter and 2 meter point 70 deep, okay? Since it's a pipe, it's round, it's 30 centimeter wide, so it's very good and it's accurate. So you have 30 centimeter pipe between 2 meter and 2.70 meter deep. Very interesting here, you can see that there is a very visible cut. When the red is cut like this, it's metal, but most of the time it's iron. When it's cut like this, it's iron. It means that the signal has been cut. And you have a really high percentage of chance to determine that this is iron. Finally, we'd like to show you this. Let's get back to 2D. You will see here. You see here we move the cursor and you see the object is here. Okay, you see it's still moving here. Our object is here and you can see the value here. Look, 235. Let me show you. If we get back to 2D, okay, let's open this. You see it's here. Our value that intersect is 235, 235, 235, 234, and it's row number 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, you see, and it's step number 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Basically it's here, you see, so it's perfect. You see the value here, 235, 235, 235, that's our metallic object, and you can see the scan value appear and are interpreted directly by a color in the software. So you see it's very, very neat. You can determine the size and the depth of the object thanks to our DRS 3D software. Hello, my name is David. I've been the distributor for DRS in France for a couple of years. I've also successfully used some of their equipment during our treasure hunts. That's why the company picked me to introduce you to the new exciting Grand Expert Pro and Grand Expert Lite. Grand Expert Pro and Grand Expert Lite are what we call professional metal detectors. They are not designed to find isolated coins or jewels like other hobby detectors. They are professional detectors. They use pulse induction technology with what we call a big coil or a 1 meter by 1 meter frame. Therefore, you can achieve depth ranging from 2 meter to 5 meter on really large targets such as boxes, hoards, or weapons. But keep in mind that Grand Expert is not a GPR or magnetometer. It's a real metal detector. It means you can only find metal, okay? Every kind of metal. What's different with this machine is that it has true discrimination. When you use a professional metal detector with a big coil, you cannot get discrimination, meaning you will find iron, aluminium, and other metals such as silver and gold, of course, but you cannot make a difference. You don't know what you will find before you dig. With the new Grand Expert Pro, you have true metal discrimination. You can make the difference between gold and highly valuable and iron, and you can even teach the machine about new metal. And this is the first time in the world that a professional metal detector has true discrimination. Now I will show you how the machine works on the field. We will show you also all the settings available and how to assemble it. Grand Expert comes with all accessories and features you need for a successful treasure hunt. The control box allows you to go metal detecting with USB cable that we provide, or if you prefer, you don't need cable. You just turn on the Bluetooth feature of the control box with the tablet PC. The battery is a last generation lithium battery. It can allow you to go metal detecting between 6 and 8 hours. All cables and screws and chargers are provided. We also provide a headphone to remain discreet. We also include a harness so that you don't need to carry everything. You can mount the tablet on the shaft, or you can use the special carry box we have. You carry it like this. What's important is the coils. The 45 centimeter coils allows you to go deep up to 2 meters. The little coil is meant for tunnels and in cavities and areas where it's really hard to go. It's a feature really appreciated by treasure hunters. But most of the time you will use what we call our big coil. It's a 1 by 1 meter frame that allows you to go between 2 meters and 5 meter depth. The tablet PC is also multilingual. You can choose the language you want, and it includes our homemade 2D software that allows you to successfully use your Grand Expert, and it's a software we have designed ourselves. Now we will show you how to use this software. The Grand Expert is very easy to use. First, you plug the battery to the bottom of the control box. Done. Then you choose the coil you want to use. For the demo purpose, we will use a small coil because we're inside, and with all the electromagnetic interference we need to use a small coil. So you plug it to the control box. Also, this thing allows you to do the scan, and you plug it here. Then you turn on the tablet. Then you have two icons. The first one is Grand Expert Bluetooth, and the other one is Grand Expert Regular. You use Grand Expert Regular, the green icon, when you use a USB cable, but here for the demo we will use the Grand Expert Bluetooth, so you just push the blue button. Also we will use several targets to show you. We have highly valuable target, which is like a big piece of copper. We will also use lower conductivity copper, which is going to be described as lower valuable. Also, we will use a piece of junk of iron. We will also show you lead and gold. Unfortunately, we don't have any gold ingot, so we will use a pink gold. It's mixed gold and copper, and we will use pure gold. Now, I will show you how it works on the tablet. When you start the Ground Expert, you always turn on the control box first, and then you turn on the software. But here, just for demo purpose, we will do the contrary. You'll see it also works. Okay, so let's click on Bluetooth. Okay, the software loads. But you see, we have a problem. It will not detect. See, please wait. There's no Bluetooth. So to activate Bluetooth, of course, you turn on the control box and then you click here. Then it will synchronize. Connected to Ground Expert. And then it will tell you which coil is connected. Small coil is connected. So let me show you all the features. Remember, we're inside. So you should never use a metal detector inside, but for the demo purpose, we have to. So there's a lot of electromagnetical interference, what we call EMI. So first, magnetic noise elimination, we try to eliminate, you see, okay. Then sensitivity, the more you put sensitivity, the deeper it goes, but here, we need it to be stable for the demo, so we only put 20% discrimination, even 15, because under the table we have iron, so we may have a problem. So general search is like, it shows you what you're going to detect, which metal you want to select or not. Ground balance is basically what you have to do first. So to ground balance is usually something complicated with other metal detector. This one, Ground Expert does it automatically and it's very easy. What you need to do, you put your coil 3 centimeters above the ground. Same thing for the 45 centimeter coil. If you're going to use a 1 by 1 meter frame, you have to put it 10 centimeters above the ground. Then what you do, you just press ground balance. The value will go usually between 120 and 140. If you have a value that goes below 100, it means you have a cable problem. The coil has a problem. And if it goes above 200, it means you're trying to ground balance your detector on a metallic target, which should never be done. It's like hobby detector. You have to ground balance your detector on a clean area without metal, okay? So ground balance is made automatically in 5 seconds. So once again, this feature, no other detector has it. Okay, so let's go back to ground balance, see 144, it's okay. At any time you can go back to factory settings. And that's it for this menu. Imaging allows you to see the shape and the metal more precisely that you're going to detect. We will show this after. And the settings, basically you can turn off the system, you can clear the memory of the scan you've made, you can select the language. Here, you know, we have English, so it's okay. And help, anytime you can have a tutorial. And also, there's a new feature for this new Ground Expert Pro, it is manual discrimination. To start the test, we don't put it on. I will show you what it is for just after. Here, it tells you which version you have, the autonomy that remains in the tablet PC, also in the control box. Remember that when you have low battery, the discrimination is not very effective. To have very good discrimination, you always need full battery level. And that's it. Ground Expert is a metal detector, meaning you can find all kinds of metal. It's not like other DRS products such as resistivity meter or magnetometer or GPR. It just focuses on metal, so you cannot find cavities or other anomalies, just metal. So look, one kind of metal, copper. Gold is metal too, lead is metal, and iron. Okay? That's what other professional metal detectors do. You know, you have a big frame and it just tells you that you have metal, but you cannot make the difference. So you waste a lot of time digging on junk, okay? But with Ground Expert, it's really different. Look, let's see, we want to find all metals. We want gold, we want highly conductive non-ferrous, and we want basically non-ferrous but with lower conductivity. But we don't want iron, so I don't select iron. So look, high conductivity. You see, highly valuable. The same with lower conductivity. And gold, pink gold. Pure gold. Whatever gold you use, it will always say gold. It's a very interesting feature. Lead, it's all metal type too. But look, iron. It's all metal, but it's not gold, it's not highly valuable, it's not valuable because it's iron. Look, if you go here, iron. So you have true discrimination. Look, it means you want all the metal but just iron. Look, and then all metal but it's not iron. But look, iron. So you have really a true discrimination, but it's not all. We will show you something else. Imagine you just want to focus on iron. So you find iron. But imagine you just want to focus on gold, which is a little stupid, but look, gold. Pink gold, no problem too, look, gold. But imagine you don't want copper, look, no copper. And look at this, you get rid of this completely. It's a big object, you know, it's high conductivity. Okay, you get rid of it, but still you have the little piece of gold. And remember, we use very small sensitivity level because we have a high degree of electromagnetic interference. That's why we have to be close, you know. Okay, that's very interesting, but no, sometimes we have problems. This is lead. Oh, wait. It says gold, you see? Sometimes it says gold. It's really a problem because you think it's gold, and it's the same with aluminium. You think you're going to find something very interesting, but it ends up being like junk, like lead or whatever. So here comes a new feature. Look, you go on settings, and you just go to level number 3. Okay, it's like manual discrimination, like on a hobby detector. And then you come back here. So look, you just want gold, imagine. And now, every time you pass, lead doesn't beep. But gold, yes. So imagine, let's put up lead, no sound on lead. It's gonna be the same on aluminium, but gold, pink gold, no problem. And pure gold, look. No other detector in the world, even hobby metal detector, is able to do this. Ground Expert is the only one that can do this. It's just incredible. I am now going to introduce you to another exciting feature of the new Ground Expert Pro. It is the imaging function. To show you this, we will use small gold first. Imaging function allows you to see the shape and the length of the target as well as its metal before you even start digging. So, gold. Detector understands you have gold, but now you want to see the shape of the object you find. Go to imaging. You push create new image. And then, to simulate the swipe, you will push 4 times, it's a double swipe, on the button of the shaft. If you want, you can also use the button on the control box if you're using the big coil. If you don't have the shaft, you use this button. So now I'm going to show you. So we click on create a new image. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oops, 4. Okay. Shape is perfect, you see? It's round. Now I will show you how to save it. Save. You want to save the image? Yes. It's gold ring. And then you can see all the previous image, you know. Look here. Okay, we only have gold ring right now, but let's try with iron. Create new image, but for iron we need to select iron. Look. Okay, let's go to imaging now. Create new image. Let's try with iron. 1, 2, 3, 4. You see, it's a longer object. See, the shape, it's perfect. And then we save the image. We call it iron. And then let's take a look. You see this one and this one. You have the gold ring and the iron. This is just incredible. And you see it's red because it's iron. So it's red and gold is yellow. This is the color we chose. But if you want high conductivity and lower conductivity, it's gonna be green and purple. That's why, once again, Ground Expert is a very exciting machine. Hello, my name is David. I've been the French distributor for DRS for a couple of years. I'm here to introduce you today to a new technology. We are not talking today about magnetometer, gladiometer, or metal detector, or even ground penetrating radar. We are here to talk about resistivity measurement. It's one of the four technology mastered by DRS. What is resistivity? Resistivity measurement measures the capacity of metal to absorb an electric current or resist this electric current. The machine will analyze this and tells you which kind of target you can find. Basically, you put several probes in the ground and you send voltage. We use 110 volts. You can find other machines on the market, but they only send like 12 volt. Basically, they're toys. Ours sends 110 volt. It's a professional device. You can achieve very, very great depth. Basically, you put a probe and then you put the cable. Depending on the length of the cable, you can achieve very, very significant depth. It comes with 4 probes and 4 times 25 meter cable. So if you put twice 25 meter cable, you can achieve 25 meter depth. If you put twice 50 meter cable, you can achieve 50 meter depth. If you put twice 100 meter cable, you can achieve 100 meter depth. The problem is you have to choose if you want to detect square or if you want to detect just a line. That is what we are going to show you. Also, you have to know that with this technology, you only scan one layer of the ground. If you scan 25 meter, for instance, depth, you will only scan 25 meter, not above, let's say 5 or 10 meters, or below 50 meters, 30 meters. You will only scan the layer consisting of 25 meter depth. You don't go up, you don't go down. So if you want to scan a whole area, you have to first scan 5 meter, then 10 meter, then 15 meter, then 20 meter. Therefore, you roll and unroll the length of the cable. Then you will have several layers that you have scanned. All the results will appear in 3D on the tablet PC that we provide. It uses the same software as we use in our X1, X2, X3, and X4 and X5 series. Our resistivity is embedded in several machines. It's embedded in the ARS. In the ARS, you can find all kinds of metal with discrimination: copper, gold, silver, iron. You can even find voids. You can even find water. There is a specific version for water. It's called a water system. It only finds water. It only focuses on water. It cannot find metal or anything. And it has no 3D or tablet PC. The result only comes on the machine. Water system only does water, but it also uses resistivity. ARS, otherwise, can find all the metal, voids and cavities, and comes with tablet PC with 3D software. It's more elaborated product. This resistivity machine has been miniaturized, and you can find it in our world-acclaimed X5. X5 is basically a gladiometer. It also includes our metal detector Ground Expert Pro, and it also includes resistivity meter. This big box, the RS, is miniaturized in this X5. It's really like great technology. it's controlled by a joystick, like all our other devices, so it's really easy to use. You can detect around like 10 hours, so you will have plenty of time to do all your scans and save them in your tablet PC. Now we will show you how it works. DRS is very easy to use. The first thing you have to do is determine which zone you're going to scan. So imagine this thing, this rectangle, symbolizes the area we are going to scan. Imagine we put in the middle our control box. This is our control box. This is this case. But if we have X5, we put this in the middle. Okay. So we put in the middle. Then we put these probes here, 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 and here. Then each probe is linked with the cable, and then you put the cable here. Okay? For the demo, we just going to assume we use 2 probes. What's very interesting is that if you want to use 2 probes, you can double the length of the cable and you can therefore double your depth if you plug them in parallel. So, we are going to scan this area and we suppose that the case, the control box or the X5 is in the middle of this point. So, let's turn on the machine. DRS turns on. You can control it with the joystick or you can control it with the keyboard. We will show you on the keyboard. You have 4 menus. Auto scan. If you choose auto scan, it will scan all the line. So this line, this line, this line, this line, then this line and this line. So you have a great scan of the area because you scan everything. In this demo, we just want to scan between point 1 and point 2, what is what we call the A line. So it's not an auto scan we want to do because auto scan will scan everything, but just this line. So we want to select manually what we're going to scan. So this is what we're going to do. General settings is nothing revolutionary. It's basically like the delay, the sound, the battery, blah blah. But before we start the scan, we have to tell the resistivity meter the length of the probe. In our demo, we put the control box in the middle. You have 3 meters of cable between each probe. So it's 6 meters, 3 meters plus 3 meters, okay? So between point 1 and point 2, you have 6 meters. Oops. 6 meters, you see? But we can put 8 or 10, but 6 meters. We do A. So now, let's go to the manual scan. It's not really gonna work because it's plugged nothing. So, it's plugged nowhere, you know, because we're on a table. But, let's do manual scan. What do we want to scan? We want to scan A line. Not B, not C, but A line. So, basically, A line is here. We just press OK. So it's scanning. You see, it lights here. But it's not connected, of course, it's not in the ground, but you see, it scans this. It says not connected, so there's no result. Imagine now, we want to do auto scan. So, let's say we put all the probes, you know, like this, sorry. Hop. Imagine we put all the probes here. So, we go to auto probe distance. We say, for instance, P2 and P3, we have 6 meters. Again, between P2 and P3, we have 6 meters. Always remember, this is like a representation of the area you scan. You cannot mistake, okay? And you select the length of the cable, the distance between each point. It's really easy to do. Then, what you do auto scan. And look, auto scan, it starts by lane A, between point 1 and point 2. Then, it will scan between point 2 and point 3, what we call B line. You see, B line now. So A line, it says not connected. B line is not connected, so nothing comes. C line not connected. But imagine you have water here. It would say water. If you have nothing, it would say ground. If you have iron, it would say iron. If you have copper or gold, it would say copper or gold. If you have nothing, it says nothing. You see? And now this one. If you have water, it says water. And then, in the end, it makes a summary. You will see E line, F line not connected, of course, and all the result would appear here. Then, the results are sent directly to the tablet PC on the 3D software. The 3D software is exactly the same we use on all our ProRadar series, so it's very easy to use.